According to physics, when work is said to be done, so if there is displacement after applying force of any object, then work is said to be done. Suppose आप imagine करो कि ये object है and someone has applied force and there is displacement due to this action of force, and displacement is S meter. So work done is what? Work done is equal to force into displacement. But force is vector quantity and displacement is also vector quantity. So when you will take product of two vector and getting a scalar quantity, means product should be dot. So you can write work done is equal to F dot S, or you can write Fs cos theta. So finally, formula of work done is Fs cos theta. Now question is that if when work is said to be zero, the work done is dependent on force, another one quantity, displacement, and theta. So condition for zero work. Next one, condition for zero work. What is condition for zero work? So if force is equal to zero, then work done is zero. Condition number one. Condition number two, if displacement is zero, work done is said to be zero. Condition number three, if theta is 90 degree, then cos 90 is nothing but what? Zero. Hence, work done is said to be zero. So this is the condition of zero work. Theta is angle between. Theta is what? Angle between force and displacement. And displacement is S, and force acting on this subject is F, and theta is angle. Then you can write work done is equal to what? Fs cos theta. Theta is angle between force and displacement. Next, if theta is less than 90 degree, so work done should be positive. And if theta is greater than 90 degree, so cos greater than cos 90, so for obtuse angle, cos theta will be negative, so work done will be negative. Work done is said to be negative. For example, we can take work done due to friction force, means object is moving this side, means force is acting this side, displacement is also in this side. But what about friction force? Acting friction force, direction of friction force. Force and displacement, friction force and displacement both are opposite to each other, means angle is how much? Theta is equal to 180 degree in this case. So theta is equal to 180 degree in this case, means cos 180 is -1. So cos 180 -1. Hence work is equal to F is cos 180 degree. Hence work is equal to what? Minus F into, this is the work done due to friction force. This F is nothing but what? Friction force. Friction. So work done may be positive, may be negative, and may be 0. When it will be 0? Theta is equal to 90. 0 means consider a object. This is the direction of displacement, and consider the direction of force. So what you are getting, angle is 90 degree. So in this case work done is 90 degree. बच्चे लोग सिंपल एक हम लोग एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं, एक कुली का एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं अपन। कुली के एग्जांपल में अगर हम लोग बात करें तो mg will act in downward direction and person means along negative y-axis and person is moving, consider along x-axis. So this is the direction of displacement, and this is the mg. Mg is nothing but what? Direction of force. Direction of force and direction of displacement, and angle is 90 degree. Means according to rule, when theta is 90 degree, work done is said to be 0. So in this case work done is equal to 0, right? Work done is said to be 0. So conclusion is what? First conclusion, work is a scalar quantity. Work is a scalar quantity. Number one. Number two, SI unit of capital J. CGS unit is arc. And relation between SI unit and CGS unit for work done, you can write 1 joule is equal to 10 raised to power 7 arc. 10 raised to power 7. 10 raised to power 7 arc. इसको इजिली आप कैलकुलेट भी कर सकते हैं, कैलकुलेट करके चेक भी कर सकते हैं. वर्क डन इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट, राइट? फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट. तो एसआई यूनिट ऑफ वर्क डन इज जूल. तो यू हैव टू फाइंड 1 जूल इज इक्वल टू in CGS system, but in SI system unit of force is Newton, so you can write 1 Newton, and SI unit of displacement is meter, 1 meter. You can simplify force is equal to M into A, means Newton can be written as kg into meter per second square. बिकॉज एसआई यूनिट ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन इज मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर। इंडिया में प्रीवियस ईयर में ये क्वेश्चन भी एक बार आया था कि एसआई यूनिट ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन इज नथिंग बट व्हाट, मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर। तो एसआई यूनिट ऑफ फोर्स इज न्यूटन and Newton is equivalent to kg meter per second square. And when you will convert Newton in CGS system, you can write kg will be converted into gram. So kg will be converted into gram. So means you can write 1000 gram. And meter, CGS unit of meter is centimeter, तो 100 सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर। इसको कन्वर्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि सीजीएस सिस्टम में भी उसका यूनिट वही होता है। तो 1 न्यूटन इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, 3 0
U.
and 2 0, 5 0, तो 10 raised to power 5 ग्राम सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर। and gram centimeter per second square is
What
nothing
you
but
have to do?
dyne. Means 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to power 5. You can write dyne. Means dyne is the CGS unit. So 1 Newton can be written as 10 raised to power 5 dyne. And 1 meter can be written as 100 centimeter. So hence 1 joule is equal to what? 10 raised to power 7 dyne centimeter. And dyne centimeter is nothing but what? Arc. Next, energy. So energy is nothing but what? Capacity to do work is nothing but energy. To do work. Capacity to do work is known as energy. Practical unit of energy. Practical unit. Calorie. Calorie is the practical unit. एक एग्जांपल मैं लेता हूं कि SI unit of time is second, but you can use hour, minute, day, week, year. These all are practical unit to measure the time. Next one, electrical unit. Electrical unit. Electrical unit किलोवाट आवर होता है. किलोवाट आवर. Electrical unit is nothing but what? Kilowatt hour. And 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. One kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 joule. ये पूछा गया था एनडीए में, एक ऑप्शन दिया था और उसमें लिखा था 1 किलोवाट आवर इज इक्वल टू, तो उसमें से कौन सा ऑप्शन था? 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 जूल. आप कन्वर्ट करके भी चेक कर सकते हैं. 1 किलोवाट आवर है, इसको कन्वर्ट करो. किलो की वैल्यू कितनी लिखोगे? 1000 वाट. आवर को कन्वर्ट करोगे सेकंड में तो कितना लिखोगे? 1 आवर इज इक्वल टू 3600 सेकेंड. तो हेंस 1 किलोवाट आवर इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? 1000 30 and 20 50. So 36 into 10 raised to power 5, right? What सेकेंड. अब क्वेश्चन है कि 10 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो और 10 से डिवाइड कर दो. तो 10 से मल्टीप्लाई और डिवाइड करोगे आप तो 36 अपॉन 10 3.6. Hence 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 watt. जूल. वाट सेकेंड इज नथिंग बट वाट जूल. यहाँ पे उसको भी आप समझ सकते हैं. पावर इज इक्वल टू वाट वर्क अपॉन टाइम. तो पावर इज रेट ऑफ वर्क, तो वर्क अपॉन टाइम. तो पावर यूनिट ऑफ पावर इज वाट एंड यूनिट ऑफ वर्क इज जूल एंड ऐसा यूनिट ऑफ टाइम इज सेकेंड. तो हेंस वाट सेकेंड इज इक्विवेलेंट टू जूल. Next one, relation of kinetic energy and linear momentum. Relation of kinetic energy and linear momentum. Formula of kinetic energy is what? Half mv, right? And linear momentum is what? Mass into velocity. Means product of mass and velocity is known as linear momentum. And kinetic energy formula half mv square. So we have kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Multiply and divide this formula with mass of object m by m. Now you can write kinetic energy is equal to half m square v square upon m. Again you can write half mv whole square upon m. Hence kinetic energy is equal to half p square upon m. Why p square? Because mv is nothing but what? Linear momentum. This mv, so mv is nothing but what? Linear momentum p. So you can write kinetic energy is equal to half p square by m. So you are getting two formula. Kinetic energy is equal to at p, you will get root under 2m into kinetic energy. Consider two conditions. If p is equal to constant, means two objects having same linear momentum, then kinetic energy is inversely proportional to mass. Means what? That is, if m1 is greater than m2 and if m1 is greater than m2 and momentum is constant, then the object which having less mass having more kinetic energy. So means kinetic energy of second is greater than kinetic energy of first. Similarly, consider two conditions in this side. If kinetic energy of both object is constant. Then linear momentum is directly proportional to root under mass. That is, if mass increases, linear momentum increases. Hence, if m1 is greater than m2, that is, momentum of first is greater than momentum of second. दो तरह की यहाँ से 4 पॉसिबिलिटी बनते हैं क्वेश्चन के, और डायरेक्टली बिना सॉल्व किए हम लोग यहाँ से आंसर कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट, next is work energy theorem. Work energy theorem. एक एग्जांपल ले रहा हूं और just imagine what happening in this example. Consider an object having mass m1. Yeah, just consider m having mass m and initial velocity of object is 0. Okay. Now, not 0, just consider some velocity. Initial velocity is v1 is the initial velocity. Means already this object is in motion. Okay. And here kinetic energy is 50 joule. Just consider a data. Initially object having 50 joule initial kinetic energy. Kinetic energy initial. After applying force, now new velocity of object is v2, mass is same, and final kinetic energy is increased. Just consider any data. For example, consider final kinetic energy is 70 joule. Okay. So whatever work done by anyone on that object is nothing but change in kinetic energy. Means you can say कि work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Work done is nothing but what? Change in kinetic energy. That is, work done is equal to kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. आप कैलकुलेट भी कर सकते हैं. फाइनल काइनेटिक एनर्जी माइनस इनिशियल काइनेटिक एनर्जी. तो दिस इज वर्क एनर्जी प्रिंसिपल. वर्क डन इज इक्वल टू चेंज इन काइनेटिक एनर्जी. नेक्स्ट वन, next term is power. Power is nothing but what? Rate of work. Rate of work means dw upon dt. Power is rate of work. SI unit of power is watt. Another unit is horsepower, HP, and 1 HP is equal to 746 watt. This is the relation of horsepower and watt. Note, dimension of work is equal to dimension of energy is equal to dimension of torque. So dimension of work is equal to dimension of energy is equal to dimension of torque. You can calculate and check. For example, work done is what? Force into displacement. So dimension of force MLT minus 2 into L. Dimension of displacement is L. So you can write dimension of work done is M L2. L and L. Yeah, 2 times L are first and second. So when base is same, power will be added. So M L raised to power 1 plus 1 2. T raised to power minus 2. Okay. Now work done is nothing but what? Energy. Work done is nothing but energy. कोई भी एनर्जी कंसीडर कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल कंसीडर पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. पोटेंशियल एनर्जी नथिंग बट व्हाट? mgh. तो mg is what? Force, and h height is nothing but what? Displacement. Means dimension will be same. M L2 T minus 2. Next one, torque. Torque is what? Force into perpendicular distance. Means into meter. So again dimension is what? M L2 T minus 2. एक इसका ट्रिक बताता मैं. कोई भी क्वांटिटी हो, अगर गिवन क्वांटिटी का यूनिट सेम है तो डायमेंशन भी सेम होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल वर्क डन यूनिट इज जूल, एनर्जी यूनिट इज जूल, and joule is nothing but what? Newton meter. Again nothing but what? Newton meter. Torque, force into displacement, तो again Newton into meter. यूनिट सेम आ रहा है, सेम आ रहा है, सेम आ रहा है. तो वर्क डन भी क्या होगा? सॉरी, डायमेंशन भी क्या होगा? सेम होगा. एक क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है कॉस्ट का, कि कैलकुलेट द कॉस्ट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन कॉस्ट. Based on इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल का कॉस्ट कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? के लिए एक सिंपल इधर कैलकुलेशन में कर रहा हूं. यू कैन राइट पावर इज इक्वल टू वर्क अपॉन टाइम. तो वर्क डन इज नथिंग बट व्हाट? एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड बाय योर डिवाइस. तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी विल बी electricity and time. Say unit of time is second. Work done energy. Work done is nothing but energy, and SI unit is joule, and unit of SI unit of time is second, and SI unit of power is watt. So when energy will be calculated, so energy is nothing but what? Power into time. So SI unit of power is what? SI unit of time is second. So hence you can write 1 joule is equal to 1 watt into 1 second. 1 joule is equal to 1 watt into 1 second. So first decide कि your cost is given in terms of, just go through cost and look, cost is in watt second or kilowatt hour. Means example given, just find out that data. What is the given data? Means if given 4 rupees per watt second, means power should be in watt, in watt, and time should be in second, right? Second. Another way, if given cost is in, say for example, you can consider 4 rupees per kilowatt hour, means power should be in kilowatt and time should be in hour. Time and power. एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं अपन. Consider one example. Given power is equal to 5 kilowatt. Just consider power is equal to 5 kilowatt and time is, means any device which has consumed 5 kilowatt power and working time is 300 hour. Given cost is 4 rupees per kilowatt hour. Means energy is nothing but what? Energy is nothing but what? Power into time. So already cost you have to calculate according to kilowatt hour. Means what? Power should be in kilowatt and time should be in hour. So already given data is in kilowatt and in hour. So energy is equal to what? Power into time. So power is how much? 5 kilowatt and time is 300 hour. 5 3 ja 1500 kilowatt hour is the consumed energy. But given cost is 4 rupees per kilowatt hour. So hence total cost is equal to what? 4 into 1500 is equal to what? 6000 rupees. ये एनडीए का क्वेश्चन है, प्रीवियस ईयर का क्वेश्चन है. तो यहाँ पे दो ट्रिक याद रखना है कि इफ cost is given in watt second or in kilowatt hour. Understood? Now नेक्स्ट, नोट ऐसा भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि वन ऑब्जेक्ट having mass m and that object is at height h, when means that object having which energy? Potential energy. When that object will fall, then during striking the ground, object having velocity v, so at that time object having kinetic energy, means you can say potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. So what will be potential energy? Potential energy is nothing but what? mgh. Potential energy is mgh and kinetic energy is half m v square. Just cancel mass. So you can write v square is equal to 2gh. Hence v is equal to root 2gh. Any doubt? Okay. Next, there are two methods to calculate work done. First one, work is equal to fa cos theta. So this formula is applicable if force is constant. Force is constant. Force is constant. And for variable force. What is meaning of constant force and variable force? Just consider when this object will fall towards the ground, a constant force mg is acting in downward direction. Means that mg is not changing. Mg is acting in downward direction, right? And if you will consider a spring, right? And you are compressing this spring or elongating this spring. So during compression or elongation, your force will vary. Means this is the example of variable force. So in this case, when you will calculate work done, so you have to calculate a small work first. Just consider displacement is dx. So for a small displacement, your work done should be also small. So you can write dw is equal to f into dx and then integrate, and you can put limit, means from where you are interested to calculate work done until which position, means x1 to x2. Means just consider this is the x1 and you have to calculate work done x1 to x2. Means your initial limit will be x1, final limit will be x2. So finally you can write work done is equal to integration f into dx x1 to x2. Is it clear? So this is for variable work. Sorry, not variable work. Variable force. Means you can calculate work done by using this formula. एक एनडीए का मैं क्वेश्चन ले रहा हूँ. क्वेश्चन में गिवन था acting force is x square minus bx. Then calculate work done. तो variable is x. तो work done is equal to what? Integration f into dx. We can write integration f into dx. Force is x square minus bx into dx. Now work done is equal to separate water x square into dx minus integration bx into dx. Keep in keep in your mind one formula: x raised to power n into dx can be integrated as x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Here power is 2 and here power is 1. You can write work done is equal to a is constant x raised to power cube upon 3 minus b is constant, take outside, x raised to power 2 upon 2. Hence work done is equal to 1 by 6. No, take x square common. 1 by 6. Take x square common upon 6. What you can write? 2ax minus 3b. बट ऑप्शन में कुछ ऐसा था, उन्होंने ऐसा दिया था माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर बाई 6. अगर माइनस कॉमन लेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? 3b माइनस वाट 2ax. This is the answer. Next question. Next question. ये भी NDA क्वेश्चन है. 50 मीटर हाइट पे एक ऑब्जेक्ट है एंड मास इज 2 kg, राइट? तो at this position here will be potential energy and this position kinetic energy. Potential energy is equal to kinetic energy. So according to this formula you can calculate V is equal to root 2 GH. सारा formula put करके अपन निकाल देंगे root 2 G 9.8 and height is how much? 50. That will be answer.